Yes, in this video, I want to show you the 3 exercises that 10x'd my guitar progress. And I want to make it clear to you too that it's not the complexity of an exercise that will give you the results. It's the consistency and the understanding of your execution that will help you to get results in your playing. But why should you be listening to me? Hey, my name is Ulrich Ellison. I've been a pro guitarist for 25 plus years, and I'm the founder of Total Guitar Transformation, where I've helped hundreds of students personally to level up their lead guitar playing, better strategies, a better mindset, and more fun musical strategies. All right, let's dive right into it. So the one exercise that probably has helped me the most from all the exercises that I've done over the years, and there are probably hundreds of them, is an exercise that I personally discovered in a book by Mick Goodrick. And when I first read about it, I was almost appalled by the simplicity of the concept. But then as I started doing it, it became more and more clear that this was a missing dimension in my playing. And most likely it's going to be the same for you. So don't let the simplicity of the concept turn you off from not just getting to work and doing it. What I'm talking about is the practice of playing and improvising on one string only. I also call this the one string approach. Why is this so important? Well, because we are drilled from the beginnings to learn patterns and boxes, and we tend to play these boxes just vertically. The one string approach completely breaks that routine and forces us to see the fretboard horizontally, and also forces us to follow our ear, because now suddenly the distance that our finger travels is the distance of the interval. So I'm not going to talk much longer. I have a rocking backing track, and I want you to also put on the backing track and just improvise over it on one string. Don't forget to use plenty of good phrasing, string bending, vibrato, slides, and bring that one string solo to life. Here we go. Awesome. So I admit this is maybe more difficult than it seems at first. To play a musical solo on one string is not that easy. But even with just 5 to 10 minutes a day, you're really gonna improve this approach. And then once you tried it on one string, of course you wanna take it on all the other 6 strings, each string separately, of course, and explore each string like that, and eventually do this in all 12 keys. All right, but let's move on to the next tactic, which hit me early, like in my teenage years, when I was listening to a lot of Joe Satriani. And I was always wondering, how can I get more fluid? I was practicing alternate picking, and there was this barrier that kept holding me back. And I wasn't sure, was it my finger speed that was not there? Was it my accuracy? Was it just my overall technique? Or was I not just talented for alternate picking? What I'm talking about here is a very powerful legato sequence that opened up legato playing for me. And again, it's happening on one string only. I want to show you the sequence that I ran across. I don't even remember where I found it. And then I want to show you some applications of what you can actually do with this sequence and how you can make it sound musical and not technical. Let's go. All right, so I got an A drone here, and I'm just gonna show you the sequence. Sequence goes like this. So if you look at your fingers as 1, 2, 3, 4, then this would be 4, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1. I'm making big movements right now to demonstrate, but once you do this, it should be a pretty small movement, yeah? So that's the sequence. And now the trick is to move the sequence in the scale up and down. So we got this here in A minor. Then we got D minor. And then we're back here at A minor. So you can play the whole A minor, natural minor scale with that sequence. And I would practice this over backing track again. So you can do this over rock backing track like this. But you know, make sure you understand that this is not musical practice, it's more of a technical practice right now. Yeah. So we're gonna first do the technical practice, and then I'm gonna show you how to make music with this sequence. Let's go. So that was the first string that we can do just on one string, and then we can also take the same sequence across the fretboard. Yeah. So if I go, now in 16ths. So you can see there's just a lot of application here. So you can do this in all the positions of the three notes per string shapes. Yeah, there's 7 of them. So yeah, I can put a link below for the overview over the A minor 3 notes per string shapes. But it's not the shapes that I want to teach you here. I want to teach you the mechanic of this awesome sequence that really works well in conjunction with blues bendings. You know, a lot of the stuff that we practice, we can't actually use in solos. And that's one of the sequences that I really found useful in my solos. So I'm going to show you now how I would implement that sequence in a solo, you know, where I play some blues licks and then I'll play some of this legato stuff. Let's see. There's maybe one more that I like to do, and that's, you know, going back and forth on 2 strings, like. So basically, always have high E, B, and then you just alternate, yeah? You just gotta find the right half steps. Let's give it a try over the backing track. The cool thing about this sequence is that it generally strengthens your legato chops, and you'll be able to play other legato stuff much easier as well. But let's move to exercise number 3 that really revolutionized my playing approach and my way of looking at playing guitar altogether. So I told you earlier, I had troubles picking, or I felt like my picking technique was holding me back. And you have to imagine I came from the piano. So I've been playing piano for 4 years before I picked up the guitar. And it took me until my early 20s until I discovered the hybrid picking approach. I've been finger picking before. I even started a little classical guitar, but I don't know why it never came to my mind that I could use the pick and the fingers at the same time. So I want to just show you a little hybrid picking etude, and hopefully that can also be a pathway for you to start playing with your pick and your fingers at the same time. Here's my little etude for you. Yes, my friends. The basic thing that you're practicing here is just this movement here of the right hand. So I'm basically picking on D string, G, and high E. Of course, the same thing also works on A, D, and B. So cool thing is that you can use this approach both in lead playing and in rhythm playing or arpeggiation. So this is not just like a pretty ballad style, but you can use this in your lead playing, and you can actually use this every time you need to skip a string. So if I play, I can equally use this skipping the B string. All right, so let me give you a performance here where I'm using this hybrid picking pattern, and I might even combine it with the other two just to show you how powerful this is. Sweet. So if you found value with these 3 exercises, then I can just encourage you to dive a little bit deeper and visit our TGT Academy website, where I'm actually going to give you a download of my new ebook called the LLG Method. And you're going to find the link down here in the description. And I want to tell you that for me, it's not just about knowledge and about putting together video courses, which, you know, it's fun to do and everything. But at the end of the day, I really believe that becoming a better guitarist is based on feedback and guidance. That's how it worked for me. So it wasn't just these 3 exercises that made me 10x my progress. It was really the awesome mentoring that helped me to find my guitar voice. So if you're a guitarist that wants to reach her full potential as an improviser, which doesn't mean to blast out the fretboard with 1,000 notes a second, but it just means to be able to play what you hear and be able to express yourself freely. If that is you, then I want to invite you to get in touch with me and the TGT team for a free game plan session where we'll take a look at your playing and let you know how you can become a better guitarist faster and with more fun strategies. The link for that is also down there in the description. Keep on rocking, and please watch this video here next.